Good morning, my name's Lucy and today is just a really chilled get ready with me. So I've got a day off work, so I thought I would just kind of chat while I get ready. I'm going to start off by putting some hair clips in my hair. I found these because before I started filming I had to dig through all of my bags and I magically found these, which is great. We also need to order some more. Well, me and my sister need to order some more off Amazon because we don't know where they've gone. Got a beverage. This is just a cup of Earl Grey tea with a little bit of honey in it. Not coffee because I'm trying to cut down on how much coffee I have, and I know I'm going to go out later and probably drink coffee. So yeah, it's tea. I know it's still caffeinated, but it doesn't count, right? So yes, to start, we are going to do a little bit of skin tint. The skincare's already done and we've prepped with a little bit of Beauty Joseon SPF and some of the Drunk Elephant's bronzing drops, which I'm a big fan of, and I've been using them for about 2 years now, and honestly, until another brand comes out with a bronzing drop that looks good both under makeup and without, and it's a good colour, I'm going to have to just keep buying it, I'm afraid. I'm afraid, stop. I have literally nothing left of this skin tint, so I'm just trying to like scrape out what I have left. I've been pouring it as well. It's not good. I do need to get another one, but I don't know if I'm going to get this again because, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore this product, but I absolutely hate the packaging. It is so messy and it leaks. And I tried that hack where you can put a pump on instead and use it through a pump instead of on the bottle, and that's still just as messy. Because the pump doesn't come with it, it just means that the pump is now gonna also leak. It's way more useful to have the pump on there, but it's just, yeah, it's still so messy and it just leaks no matter what you do, and whenever you travel it just leaks, which is such a shame because it's such a good product, which is why I keep buying it. But I've kind of gotten to my wit's end. I'm like, no, I can't deal with this anymore. The product is so good, but why does it have to come in that bottle? It looks incredibly aesthetically pleasing, don't get me wrong, but please L'Oreal, stop. I beg for it to just come in a bottle like the normal True Match foundation. I know it's to make it look different and make it look kind of serumy, but just no, just never really works that way. There's always loads of foundation around the lid, and it's just no. But that being said, it does make your skin look absolutely glorious, which is why it's such a shame. Anyways, off with the negatives into positives. I've got a little bit of lip balm on as well, just to prep my lips because they're feeling super dry at the moment because it was getting warmer and then it's getting colder again. Here we are. So the lip balm I'm using is the Boots Own brand. It's their Vanilla Lip Sleep Mask. It's meant to be a dupe of the Laneige one, and I'm not really one to give into dupe culture, but it's really nice. I've not actually tried the original. I just needed a lip balm because my beloved Lanolips lip balm is getting so hard to get a hold of, and especially the gold one, which is my absolute favourite. And every time I look, it nowhere stocks it other than pretty much the website and Look Fantastic, which is fine, but I don't get anything else from there. It's literally just this product, so it's very inconvenient. Our first world problems. So yes, in essence, I have switched over to a different lip balm and really liking it so far. Got quite a few different flavours and it's very affordable. I firmly believe that stuff like lip balm shouldn't be really expensive because it's such a basic product. I think anything over about £10, unless it's a one that comes with a tint or something, for a clear lip balm, no. Just a basic run-of-the-mill lip balm, I don't think you should be spending that much on it. I don't think they should be that expensive, but here we are. So bronzer today is the Chanel Le Beige's one. I have a scrap of product left. I have had this for ages and ages and ages, and I'm just trying to get through it now. I absolutely adore it, but because there's so much product in there, gotten to the point where I'm like, either I'm gonna have to use it up, or it's just gonna go out of date if it's not already out of date. It seems fine, to be honest. And I feel like the 12-month period for that product is a bit cruel, a little bit skimpy. This is the bronzer. It is my favorite bronzer ever. It's so gorgeous. It's just not very travel friendly, but it is so stunning, and it's quite expensive, to be honest. So if anyone's got any cream bronzer recommendations, let me know, because I basically used up both of these products. I've got the Huda bronzer as well, which is the cream one. But I'm always up for trying new cream bronzers. I'm very much a cream bronzer girly. So for a little bit of concealer, we are going to do a little bit of the L'Oreal concealer. This is the, I believe it's the Serum Concealer or something. What is it called? Yes, True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. It's got hyaluronic acid and caffeine. It's a little matchy duo. I love having a matching situation. I find it super cute, to be honest. Oh, I think I'm gonna put too much on. I'm trying to kind of minimize the amount of product that I put under my eyes to try and stop it from creasing. So I find that the less product I put there, the better, really. My under eyes are not a fan of loads and loads of product. Also, pretty big fan of this concealer. My favourite concealers are ones that are very lightweight. I don't like it if it's too thick and heavy. Like, I just know consistency wise when I try it in a shop that whether or not I'm gonna like it. If it's on the thicker side, it's not gonna, no, my skin is not going to like it. But if it's a nice, quite lightweight one, I'll probably like it. So you know when you try some products and they are pretty thick and heavy, and even if you kind of like put less product on, it's still, the consistency is still pretty thick and heavy. Not my thing. So yes, putting that on. I find the best way for me to do concealer under my eyes is to just use my ring finger and pat it in, because I find that the warmth of your fingers blends it in a lot better. We're going to do a little blush. I think I'm going to put a little bit more blush on than usual, because I'm really feeling the blush. And I saw some photos of how I looked in my first year of university, and I'm low-key obsessed with the makeup at points, because it's very blush and there's like a little bit of blush on my nose, and it's super cute. Let's normalise going back to how we did makeup at certain points, rather than just always wanting to move on. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, actually, because I don't usually do this. I don't usually put a little bit on my nose. I usually just do my cheeks, but I thought it looked super cute in all the photos I was seeing. Let's do a little bit of blending because I don't want to be too blushed there. This is the blush that I use. This is Stila Convertible Colour in the colour Lilium. Oldie but a goodie. This is actually the one they used on Daphne Bridgerton in the first series. I was obsessed with her makeup, and then I went home and did a little bit of googling, and I was like, oh, I own it already. This is the only blush I've ever gotten through. This is my third one. This is the second one that my channel has seen, and I've already hit pan. If you are a soft summer skin tone, colour palette, whatever, you will really suit this. That's the kind of colour palette I am. I find this to be super flattering. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It looks gorgeous. And I think because it is pretty buildable, it will look really nice on quite a lot of skin tones. It's this kind of shade. How would I describe it? Sort of a baby pink with a little bit of a, like a mauvey, rosy tint to it, but it's definitely very neutral, I would say. It pulls very neutral on me. I think on warmer skin tones this might pull a little bit cooler, but it pulls very neutral on me. Do I want to do a little bit of highlighter? I go back and forth of using highlighter. This is the one I use if I will use highlighter. This is an itty bitty Iconic London illuminator, and the itty bitty bottle, I think this really works for me because I don't wear it very often and I don't think I would get through the big one. So I think I'm gonna leave highlighter off today and just go straight into powder. Of course we're using the Laura Mercier powder. Classic. I really want to try the blurring powder, but I've got quite a lot of powders, so I think I need to get through those first before getting something new. Let's put a little bit of this on. I like to use a big fluffy brush. So apologies for the massive gaps between my videos. I'm trying to get more consistent because I do really enjoy doing this. I'm really trying to prioritize my hobbies and things I actually enjoy doing this year, and to really live more authentically, if you know what I mean. Because I was watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and I feel like this is really dramatic and I shouldn't be basing my life over reality TV, but here we are. So Whitney's character arc. Whitney's my favourite character now. In season 1 I absolutely hated her. I really disliked the character, but now I really like her, and honestly I feel like there's been such a shift in her. I know that it's scripted, but I feel like I can see such a shift in her, and I genuinely think it's because she started living more authentically. I mean, that's up for debates there, but that's what I personally think, because she started doing Dancing with the Stars, she's now in Chicago, and you can just tell that she's just doing things that she really wants to do, and she's living her dreams, and she just seems to be living more authentically. And honestly, yes, that has kind of inspired me to try and live a bit more authentically and do stuff that I enjoy, go for things that I enjoy rather than things that I think are going to sound impressive. It is super difficult, especially being a bit of a people pleaser. I'm very much trying to stop being a people pleaser, but it is, my fellow people pleasers out there will know it is super difficult, and it is definitely a hard pill to swallow that you can't please everyone, and also pleasing people isn't going to make you happy either, because I've had points where I've kind of pleased everyone. I'm like, oh, excellent. And then you think, okay, cool. Why don't I feel fulfilled? This is what I think that I want to do, but why do I not feel fulfilled doing this? Everyone else around me is happy, but how come I'm not, you know? It's interesting. So I'm really trying to stop that. It's a work in progress, but yes, that is a big development. I don't think I'm going to use this powder anytime soon. I got the limited edition Christmas one a few years ago, maybe last year, possibly the year before, very likely to be the year before, and I've used maybe like half of it or so. Have I used more than half? I don't know, that looks like a bit more than half. It's gorge, definitely recommend. I feel like I'm just saying I would recommend my entire makeup routine, but it's true, I wouldn't use it if it wasn't good. I am very about having very nice natural makeup that looks expensive. It doesn't necessarily have to be expensive, but I like to look put together and expensive. And I like my makeup to last really well. So if I'm needing all sorts of steps to get a product to last, it's not a product I'm going to use, to be honest. So I don't really use primers, other than maybe I might use something illuminating under the skin if my skin is a little bit more dry, or perhaps I want a little bit more of a radiant look. So for example, the Glossier Future Dew primer, whatever it is, skincare primer hybrid, I don't really know how to describe it. That is really great, and that goes really well under makeup, but that's kind of more of a skincare product, I guess. I will use it all over my face sometimes if I need a bit more radiance, but apart from that, I'm not really too bothered in primers. I think that it's just an extra layer on your skin, and I think that your moisturizer, etc., should be adding quite a lot. That being said, I do use skincare products that go very well under makeup. They are very much curated to go well under makeup, so then I don't have to do all sorts of primers. Setting sprays I do enjoy, because I do feel like they melt in the powders on your skin and help it to last longer. But for me personally, primer isn't something I buy. So if I need a primer to make a foundation last really long, that's not a foundation I'm going to be using every day. You know what I mean? I feel like I've just gone yap. Brow gel. This was the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. This is the new product to me, so we'll see how that goes. I feel like I've used it a couple of times and I'm not too sure about the lift it gives me, because it doesn't last that long, but we shall see. I shall keep you updated. I was in London last week. I was at a really important interview. I'm not going to really go into that too much detail, but I ended up doing a lot of my makeup on the train there. So half of my makeup bag is currently in my handbag, and this is the Uniqlo magic handbag thing that everyone has, which is super great. My goodness, it does just have everything in here. Ooh, my eyelash curler, that's where that went. This is just good. You're just gonna hear rustling, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the L'Oreal, what's it called? The Infallible Gel Automatic Eyeliner. Thought I'd treat myself to a little bit of eyeliner today. I'll just do a super baby wing. So I'm not really feeling like anything too much today. We are feeling natural. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara as well. This is the Maybelline Last Sensational Mascara, of course. So while that's drying, we're going to do a little bit of lip liner. Again, obsessed with this. This is the Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude, which is so gorgeous. Again, if you've got a soft summer palette, to be honest, I think this would suit a lot of different people. But if you have a soft summer palette, this is a really good one. And I think I'll actually just finish it off with a little bit of a tinted balm. This is the... everything's just in boxes. This is the Batsby's Rose Tinted Lip Balm, which I just got in the last few days, and it is stunning. And it's also super nostalgic to me, because I always used to use the tinted lip balms in secondary school. So the smell of these and the taste of these, it just honestly brings me back. I hated school, don't get me wrong, but the nostalgia, I like the nostalgia. So yeah, it's just a super nice natural tinted lip balm. So I believe we are done. So this is the finished look. It's very natural, very springy as usual, and I just wanted a good excuse to yap, to be honest. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.